Be a little tricky, from traffic on the roads to just navigating your own driveway. Today we're talking about avoiding winter injuries, the ones that hospitals see a lot of about this time of year. And some of those results just from slips and falls in your own driveway or your own sidewalk. So today we brought in the professionals to help us out. So this is Dr. William Kramer. He is the orthopedic surgeon at Boulder Community Health. So we thank you for coming in and being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Dr. Kramer, talk about what are some of the most common injuries that you see this time of year?
So whenever we get an ice storm, just like last week, then we see a lot of slips and falls in the ice. And just as you suggested, in your driveway or just going out to the mailbox, or we see a lot of athletes in Boulder and Colorado too. They're out there running on the trails even in this weather.
So a lot of times when you get injured like that, you slip, you hurt your ankle or your back or something, you're like, okay, should I go to the doctor or go to the hospital? I don't want to incur a big medical expense. What do you tell folks?
Right. So I think one thing that you can look for especially lower extremity injuries, which you see a lot of, is can you bear weight on the extremity? Okay. So are you able to put weight on it and walk it off? So a minor ankle sprain, you may be able to do that and maybe can seek care later. If you can't bear weight, that's a good sign to seek medical attention. Significant swelling is another good sign to look for with our runners, which may be acute or may show up the next day. But that's a good sign to get seen.
Okay. Are you seeing more broken bones or is it more muscle injuries?
So at this time of year, I think we do see more of the broken bones because of the falls and the ice is hard. In the summer, it's more of the muscular injuries and tendon injuries and more of the chronic overuse injuries that we'll see a lot of.
Yeah. And what's your advice for just trying to avoid some of that? What are the mistakes you see people make?
Well, of course, avoiding the ice can be helpful, but if you're going to be out there anyway, varying your training regimens can certainly be helpful for our runners out there. If it is really snowy and icy, getting inside and using that gym membership can be certainly helpful. Appropriate shoe wear for the conditions, and then long-term appropriate shoe wear for the level of training that you're going to be doing can be helpful.
Yeah, and I'm sure in Boulder you see a lot of elite athletes.
We do. We have a lot of elite athletes and a lot of really good amateur athletes as well. So getting into the appropriate equipment can definitely be helpful.
Yeah. Keep them out of your office. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Very good. All right, Dr. Kramer, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, Lisa, we don't need to worry about any ice today out there.
I went